the crook.
Well, actually...
And I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from Trey. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes, stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. I'm a fan of the channel, so I booked a 2-hour session just to show support, just to show love and say what's up. He provided a wealth of information, way more than I was even expected. He has an excellent presentation. So I just wanted to let y'all know you will not be disappointed. Book the consultation, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Dre, man, I appreciate you. I will be out in Colombia, and I look forward to linking up with you. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you. Peace.
Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
They're here with Andrea and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders. This is where they are. Not just a shout out to the black man, but shout out to also to all men out there. Hope you're having a great evening, gentlemen. Let's get some music going, some intro music going, shall we? Here we go. Go do some shout outs with you guys. First shout out we're going to the Seattle Seahawks for winning the Super Bowl. And shout out to Bad Bunny for giving a historical rendition of the Latin experience and all what Latins do in the United States with his halftime performance. Shout out to Karol G, who was in the Super Bowl, as well as Cardi B was in the Super Bowl. For those that didn't know, they were the dancers of the nightclub scene. So if you didn't get a chance, look back at the Super Bowl, you get a chance to see Cardi B as well as Karol G, the Colombian reggaeton singer. And they were both in the Super Bowl in the dance scene when they were in the club. So shout out to Bad Bunny once again. And shout out to all you guys that are here, all 27, for being patient with your boy. Thank you for your patience. Cologne of the night, Rafakat. Excuse me. Rafakat. This is a clone of YSL Baby Cat. It is considered a 95 to 99% clone. So if you can't find Baby Cat and you cannot find You ain't got the $300 for baby cat because it's hard to find. Get the Raffacat, and it's spelled RIFAAQ. Raffacat. Shout out to you guys out there. Really good. It's very masculine. It's a very masculine vanilla scent, just in case you guys are wondering. Cardi did, yeah. I know, right? She did more in the Super Bowl than her baby daddy Diggs did, for real. I forgot Diggs was on the field. Let's do quick shout outs with you guys. Shout out to you guys. Tonight's topic. Our first YouTube video ever was 2019, April 9th. And it was called The Benefits of Age Gap Relationships and Interracial Relationships. Our first video ever. 7 years later, we're still talking about this particular subject matter because it is very important. So tonight we're going to talk about 10 countries where older men win. Some of you guys that are over the age of 40 years old, you consider the older man. I don't know why you try to pretend that you're not Mr. 42s, Mr. 41s. You're considered an older man. You've passed half the stage of life. Life for most men kind of like blends in the 60s. So therefore, once you pass like 37 years old, you've passed the midlife. And so a lot of men are wondering, what countries can I go to and I can win as an older man? Where age gap relationships are the norm. Where no one will criticize or look at you funny like they do in the States or Canada or any country in the West, UK. You don't have to worry about that judgmental glare. Well, there are at least the top 10 that we're going to look at tonight. The top 10. Shout out to my brother Ronan being in the building. Salute to you. Right out the gate. Salute to you, kind sir. Glad that you're here. From the Philippines, older men win because of achieving our highest earning potential. Check. Control of our destinies. Check. And don't care about societal norms. Absolute correct. Or society norms. Shout out to my man David Dice of the Dice families in the building as well. He said, I'm not an older gentleman, yet pen and paper in hand. Yes, we got the top 10. These are, now there are other countries, don't get me wrong, that didn't make the list. That if I had gone to 15, these countries would have been on the list. But we're going with the top 10 countries that have no problem, and it's part of their history. I'll say this again, it's not just acceptable in their community. Age gap relationships have always been a historical part of these countries, so it's no big deal. And some of these countries are going to surprise you. It's not all the countries that you assume or you think tonight. Yes, sir. Let me scroll down again. We got our brother Kenny People. Good evening to you. You say, I'm quite sure the game you saw from the game last night. Yeah, the game was boring last night. The game was no excitement at all until toward the end. Shout out to Rico being in the building. Glad that you're here, brother. Glad that you're here. And shout out to Inspirational Truth being the first one to drop a super chat tonight. He said, this topic is great. We're going to have some fun tonight, guys. I still got some guys I need to send the links to. We're going to have some fun tonight with this particular topic. Shout out to my brother Johnny being in the building. Yes, sir. Don, a.k.a. the Don JP, that is in the building, along with LJ, the Southern Vegan, is here with us as well. And shout out to Nick being here. The Black Knight is represented tonight. Yes, sir. Glad that you're here. And my man Alexis is representing. Yes, sir. Along with William H. Money, that is. Glad to see you gentlemen here. Glad to see you gentlemen here. Also, let us scroll up. Make sure I got everybody. Got Dave and all of them. And I got to shout out to my man. Got to give a shout out to my man Bean in the building. Yes, sir. Got to give you a shout out. Sometimes I'm doing too much. Doing too much. And there we go. Much better. Much better with the audio. Once again, shout out to Nick being here and my man C's being represented. Charles, glad to see that you're here. We got a really good one tonight. You guys are going to enjoy this particular episode. Shout out to my man Ja being here. Blessed forever. Yes, sir. Greetings to you. Glad to see you're here as well. Pharaoh Ishmael. Yeah, Ishmael, I'm going to be responding to your message that you sent me earlier. I just got so busy today, but we're going to get everything set up for you. Charles said, "No, I'm proud to be entering the UNC status." Yes, sir. Shout out to all the UNCs and the older gentlemen out there. He said the issue is that eventually I want kids. He said, and the ladies out there are acting funny style about that nowadays. Yeah, kid, that's global right there. You're absolutely correct. You got to get with a woman that wants kids. That's what the vetting part is. Shout out to Tori Brown of the Brown family being in the building, as well as Mom's SpaghettiOs is represented. As I mentioned earlier, gentlemen, let's switch the music over. Now we passed the stage of the intro. We got 48 in the building. Make sure you guys click that like button. We like you. Make sure that you like us too. As I was saying earlier, gentlemen, there are a lot of guys that feel some kind of way because we've been programmed in the States to believe that when it comes to age gap relationships, it's taboo. You're doing something wrong. You're doing something unethical, immoral even, when it comes to age gap relationships. But the truth of the matter remains, you guys are doing we men are basically doing the norm that takes place in our countries. Basically, we're doing what normally takes place in our home in many countries. But the problem is you got the West, the United States, Canada, UK, Australia, even in other parts of Europe, that somewhat judges you if you're an older man and you've got a younger woman. Even if there are many younger women, such as Andrea, that are interested in being with older men. Very interested with being with older men, including you gentlemen. So we're going to look at that tonight, and let's get ready to get started. I'm not going to hold this back at all. Shout out to all you guys here. Shout out to the African Wolf being in the building as well. Let me get started. Bring up the video, Dre. Bring up the receipts, in other words. We're going to start hearing from the sisters in the States and hear what they have to say about age gap relationships.
Is it not okay? It's not okay for men because men date women that are younger because they want control. That is why. You want to feel like you have control. Okay. Like you have more knowledge than her, you're smarter than her, and let's be honest, younger girls date older men not because they're cute, but because they got money.
People love to romanticize age gap marriages until they actually hear the truth.
Here's the irony of it, what the young lady, what the ladies just said. All you guys that are in age gap relationships, you know this. Yeah, we saw that lousy game last night that was boring. We're happy for the winners of Seattle. Shout out to your team. But yeah, that was a boring game, bro. That was a boring game. It was like New England gave up. Hey, let's throw some interceptions for a pick six. We got nothing else to do. Hey, we know that Walker's the running back for Seattle, and it's his contract year. Let's let him run a 50-yarder in a contract year during the Super Bowl. So shout out to all the guys that won. But yeah, that Super Bowl was boring, bro. That was boring. Hopefully we get another nice barn burner next year. But this one, I'm glad for both teams that made it, and I'm glad for Seattle for winning. So shout out to you and your team. A lot of times women have an opinion about age gap relationships who have never been in an age gap relationship. I'll say that again. If you ask most men in the United States, as well as in the UK, ask most women, especially in the United States, our sisters, they have never been in an age gap relationship, and yet they assume they know. And those of us who are in age gap relationships know this: there is no controlling your woman. There is no controlling your woman. That myth, and I'm going to put this out here this year, that myth that if you get a younger woman, you can control her easier than an older woman, that's just what it is. It's a myth. Gentlemen, no matter what country you go to, you're going to have to vet the woman. No matter what age she is, you're going to have to vet the woman. Doesn't matter if she's younger. Let people in the United States tell it that we just get these young girls and we just mold them and groom them into our own little puppets. That's far, far from the truth if you are vetting the women. Now, there are a lot of guys that are in age gap relationships and they didn't vet and then it fell apart. Didn't matter what because of her age, it was because you didn't vet. So when people sit back and assume that if you're with her, and I mean this, I want you guys to remember this, no matter what country you go to, I don't care how hot, how sexy, how fine your young woman is, two things are going to happen. You ready? Those of us in age gap relationships have come to peace with two things, really three. Number one, you're going to have to vet her no matter what age, like I just mentioned. If you think you're going to get around it from being with a younger woman and you think that she and her personality is going to be better than the older woman that's going through stresses and strains, that's not necessarily true. There are some things that you got to deal with a younger woman, just like you got things you're going to have to deal with an older woman. So be ready for that. Number two, any older man that's in a relationship with the older woman can tell you this. We've come to peace that we know that our younger woman is going to age. Andrea does not look like Andrea when we first got together. Of course, she looks fabulous now, but she does not have that same youthful baby face look that she had back in the day. Your woman is going to age. I don't care how fine your Colombiana is, your Filipina is. I don't care how fine your woman in Europe is. I don't care how young she is. You can get her and she's 22. Got news for you. I met Andrea when she was 23. Guess what? Andrea is aging just like any woman. Fortunately, you know, when vetting, you want to make sure you get with a younger woman that goes to the gym. She takes care of her body. She takes care of her health. She eats healthy. Because if she's doing it as a younger woman, 9 times out of 10, she'll be in that habit to do that when she's an older woman. But if you got a lazy younger woman, I don't care how fine she is, she's going to be a lazy older woman. So all you guys that think it's just, oh, so much fun to be with a younger woman, I beg to differ if you don't vet the right one. And I beg to differ if you don't realize younger women age just like you are aging. And number 3 is when you're a man in the age gap relationship, you're just going to have a thicker hide if you're going to be in the West. Because a lot of countries like the United States and a lot of people will see you with your younger woman. We do it all the time in the States. You'll see an older white dude in the mall minding his business, walking with his 4'11" Filipino girlfriend or wife, minding their business. Here we go. Must have been a mail order bride. She only with him for the money. She's with him for a green card. If you Americans knew how much work and how expensive it is to actually get a green card in the United States, I would highly think that most Americans would shut the hell up. That little green card thing that y'all always talk about, they only want you for a green card. If you knew how expensive it is in the United States to actually get, and the time it takes to get a green card, let's put it like this. It could take some people up to 2 years to get that green card. That means she can't work nowhere except for maybe under the table. Nobody wants to put their life on hold for 2 years. You may have to get, like many people, hire an immigration attorney. That's thousands of dollars because you don't want to make a mistake on the application. At the same time, she got to worry about ICE. Now, even if she's legally in the United States, she still got to worry about them knuckleheads running around. And y'all have the audacity to talk about, well, she only wants you for a green card. Here's our point when it comes to having a thick high when you're in an age gap relationship. You have to come to reality that even men criticize age gap relationships. A part of that thicker hide is not women criticizing you. It's some hateful, jealous men out there. Do you think that all them dudes in the United States are happy to see y'all going to Colombia and Brazil and be with these wonderful ladies? These wonderful ladies in Southeast Asia, from Japan to China, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia. Do you think that they're happy to see that? Indonesia? You think they're happy to see y'all with the Russian women, the German women? It's dudes out there that cannot stand to see you happy, especially if you're a black man. Don't be black and happy too. Do not be a black man and you are finally comfortable with life. You think other black men gonna be happy for you? Shh, you got life effed up. No, that's why you have to have number 3, the thicker hide. So like I said, number 1, no matter if you get an older woman or a younger woman, you're gonna have to vet her. Number 2, always realize if you're gonna be in a serious relationship with a younger woman, realize she's not gonna stay that age forever. Get ready for it. She's gonna turn 40 someday. I know right now she's 24. Someday she'll be 44. If you're in a serious relationship, you got to be prepared for that age and that stage. And lastly, you got to have a thick head. Don't give a damn what nobody got to say, because there will be those haters. My brother Ishmael said this. Shout to Pharaoh in the building. He said, I didn't take that age gap seriously. Because of the reach back moment. He said, I got 48 year olds DMing me. Yep, the ladies. He said, I look like Bernie Mac or Biggie stunt double. Yes, sir. He said, what do you think of me? No, don't put me in that situation. I feel you, brother. I feel you. You telling them don't put you in that situation. Shout out to Philip being in the building. Yes, sir. Let's get started with the receipts. Let's go back to the video with the ladies complaining, assuming that we're grooming these women like we're monsters or something. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, if you ask any of these ladies on this panel, have they ever been in an age gap relationship? I'm not talking about your cousin, not your coworker. I'm talking about them. I bet you none of these ladies have ever been in an age gap relationship.
Is it not no, okay it's not okay for men because men date women that are younger because they want control. That is why. That's you want to feel like you have control. Okay. Like you have more knowledge than her, you're smarter than her, and let's be honest, younger girls date older men not because they're cute, but because they got money.
People love to romanticize age gap marriages until they actually hear the truth. It's not always as easy as it looks. You deal with judgment, you deal with comments about your age, his age, your kids, his kids, and strangers on the internet suddenly think they're relationship experts. You deal with people assuming the worst, that you married him for money, that he's controlling, that I'm naive, that the love isn't real, that you deal with insecurities that we don't talk about. Like, are we growing at the same pace? Are people rooting for us, or are they just waiting for us to fail? Does the world see our love the way we do? But here's the part no one sees. I didn't marry an older man. I married my person, the one who shows up, protects, supports, and loves me in ways boys my age could never. Age gap relationships are hard, but the wrong relationship with someone your age is way harder. Trust me. At the end of the day, it's not about the years between us. It's the life that we are building together. And no one can say anything about that because honestly, they're jealous.
There are very good reasons for an age gap between a man and a woman who are considering each other for marriage. This age gap has something to do with the limitations that we have as human beings. So from the lady's side, there is a limitation in terms of her biology. A woman's fertility declines quite rapidly after the age of 30. In addition to that, a lady's beauty, her attractiveness also declines. From a man's side, a man who wants to have a relationship or wants to get married one day, his limitations are material and spiritual. In other words, a man needs to have enough means, enough wealth. He also has a spiritual limitation. So he needs to have the spiritual capability, the spiritual acumen to be a spiritual leader of his household. A woman who is a good candidate for marriage.
All right, number one country right out the gate. We got the Philippines. And shout out to Philip. Philip says this. He said, if I'm the man of the house and I'm paying and I'm providing, you goddamn right I'm going to control. Not me. If I'm paying the bills and I'm providing, I'm going to tell you guys this straight out the gate. I'm not talking about some imaginary stuff. I'm talking about real relationship stuff. I'm not talking about my opinion. I'm telling you what us men who are in age gap relationships are dealing with. You ready? I'm not saying anything negative. If I'm doing what Phil says, I'm paying, I'm providing, I have vetted somebody enough that I don't have to control. Y'all just let anybody walk in and walk out of y'all life because she got a big butt and a smile. And now you got to control her. Me, if I'm doing what Phil just said, if I'm paying everything, if I'm providing everything, I'm going to make sure I vetted to get with somebody. I ain't got to go through none of that damn controlling. Them headaches that y'all go through, I can't relate. All that fussiness of her growing older and she doesn't know who I don't go through none of that. Why? I vetted her when she was younger. There was plenty of younger women I could have just got with because they was fine. But I wanted to make sure I got somebody I ain't had to control. Or going through all them headaches that y'all go through because y'all providers and y'all paying. You won't see me go through it. And I know a lot of brothers that are with younger women that ain't got to control them. We ain't got to control nothing. Nope. That's a westernized mindset. Y'all in the West will do that. Have fun. Like the Beverly Hillbillies. Y'all come back now, you hear? But if I'm paying and I'm providing and I'm protecting and I'm the penis of the relationship, there is no way I'm about to burn more energy having to control a woman. I'll let y'all have fun with that one. But I mean that. And there's a lot of us that have peace in our relationships because we vet women that we didn't have to control. They knew automatically what the assignment was. So you guys can have fun with the controlling. But as for Dre, it'll never happen in my household. Y'all can have them headaches. Shout out to my man Black Nubian in the building. Canadian boys at it again.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, "Oh, Canada."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, gentlemen. Yeah. The minute you think you control something, that means it's out of control. That's true. The moment you think that you got to control something, that shows that she and you are out of control, because now you got to be out of your element to get things back on track. I don't have to control my wife. We don't always agree with everything. But I ain't got to do all that. That's too much of a headache, bro. I'll be 60 in 2 years. You think I'm gonna be 60 and have to control another human being? I'm past that stage. You guys under 35, have fun. You know, she feisty and sassy, and she give you a little bit of lip, but she get firehead. I'll let you young dudes have that. You know, she's moody. She don't know when to be quiet, but she give you the best anal. You like, yeah, she coming out that booty, so I'm gonna let her talk crazy. Yeah, I'll let you dudes under 35 do that. Y'all go ahead and have fun with that. If I gotta go through all them headaches that y'all go through just to be with a woman, oh yeah, she gone. She gone. I gotta let her go. Next in line. Come on up, little mama. Next in line. About to sit up here and do all that work. And I'm providing, like my brother just said. And I'm protecting. And I'm problem solving. And I'm paying. And I'm the penis of the household. I'm the sexual intimacy. I'm the one that's bringing flowers, cards, and candy. And I got the control too. I ain't going through all them headaches. Y'all have fun with that one. Believe you me. That's why some of y'all going through the headaches in South America trying to find a woman right now. Because y'all trying to find somebody, since you got money, you think you can control. Instead of realizing that since you got money and since you're a provider, your job is to find somebody you ain't got the control. A man with money should not have to worry about controlling his woman. I'm going to say this again. There is no way in hell you're going to be a man of means and you got to control your woman. You don't know what she going to say in public. You don't know how she going to act in private. You one minute she make you a meal, the next minute she ain't doing it. Man, I wish I would. I wish I would go through them headaches y'all go through. Y'all have fun with that one.
I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Okay. So the first country we're headed to today, gentlemen, is the Philippines. I know, right?
Stop kidding yourself. Age gap relationships are doomed to fail, even with Filipinas. Without a doubt, one of the questions I get asked the most when it comes to dating and mating in the Philippines is about age gap relationships. So, do they work out, or are they destined to crash and burn? And what can you do as a man living in the West to attract, connect with, and build a real relationship with a woman 10, 15, even 20 or more years younger than you? Women haven't really changed much over the last 50 years. What's changed is the incentives that she responds to. Family is a higher priority. Household responsibilities are the norm. Pitching in to raise the children of older female relatives is expected of her. They're more open to dating a man who is significantly older than them, if that man can provide things that men closer to her age can't. And this arrangement, while more taboo in the modern era, is not out of place in the broader historical context.
Hi guys! Good afternoon, happy Monday. We have a comment. Marry an old man, of course, because they have money, not the young. Okay, let's address this, even though I don't have to, but I'm going to because why not, right? So this guy is saying, yeah, we married an old man because they have the money. We don't marry a young man because they don't have the money. Just FYI, if you didn't know, not a lot of younger men go to the Philippines and look for a wife. Okay? They don't. The most majority, I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying majority of what I witness is mostly older guys. You know why? Because they're tired and sick of, the marriages that they've been through and it didn't work. So they find themselves, I'm not saying a better wife, but a different culture, just to make sure or just to see if it works that way. And there has been stories that it have worked. It did work, and the marriage is happier than ever, than they never experienced before. Because I guarantee you, majority of those men that goes to a foreign country to look for a wife, have been divorced, not once, but twice, but maybe third time. So yes, younger men is not gonna do that. First, they're probably not gonna have the money to spend when they go abroad, because it's not cheap to go abroad. You're right. Younger men probably don't have the money to travel, and they haven't experienced the life that they go through with Western women. I'm not saying that Western women are all bad, okay? And I'm not saying that all Filipinos are good either. So I am not generalizing. But again, majority of these older men have been divorced, have been experienced the worst of marriages ever, and just want to change their, the lifestyle that they go through with a different cultured woman. Has a lot of success, and they are experienced, they've been working, they have a little money to spend, because it's not also cheap to go abroad and look for women. And again, people are saying that we want these old guys. You know what, guys? They go and look for us. We were there, they find us, we get along, we're good.
Like she just said, this is her again, but like she just said, younger men for the most part, shout out to all you younger guys out there. Younger men for the most part, two things happens with a younger man when it comes to these women in these countries that we go to. Most of this age gap is because older men have experienced enough relationships to know that this system in the West doesn't work for us. I'm gonna say this again. Older men know 50% plus to 57% of marriages, no matter what race in the United States, is going to end up in divorce. You got a 60% chance. Younger dudes don't think about that. Younger dudes think we in love, we holding hands, that's my boo. They don't think about that. Younger dudes don't think about child support like we do. Younger dudes don't think about college funds like we do. Even if they think about child support, younger dudes ain't thinking about no college funds. Because older dudes realize, okay, now they turn 18. We aren't sitting around talking about something, okay, now he turned 18. I ain't got to pay nothing else. Nope, not shorty in college. If I'm a good dad, I've made sure that he's able to go to school or she's able to go to school. So older men realize the economics of if I get into this relationship with this woman. Nothing against younger men, because I'm not talking about all younger men. Eat the meat, spit out the bones, gentlemen. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. Only take what applies to you. But these countries already had a foundation historically of younger, older relationships. That's why first country we're going to, Philippines, it's so easy as an older man to just blend right in. Why? Like she just said, maybe a different culture will bring you relationship success. Maybe a different culture. The culture in the Philippines, long before any of us came along, long before the military guys were going over there, they were already experiencing older, younger age gap relationships. So once the military guys start going over there, it was the norm. And then here we come, it's the norm. Well, actually, before us who were traveling, it was the white brothers that were backpacking. The older white men. And then the era of the mail order bride in the 80s. Either way, these cultures or countries that we're going to talk about, she's absolutely correct. Men in the West, many of us are divorced. I don't know, call us divorcers, divorcees, divorcees, whatever it is. We've been in solidified relationships. We enjoy solidified relationships. It just didn't work out in our country, in our culture, where 60% you'll end up in a divorce. You got a 60% chance that she's going to divorce you in the United States, no matter what culture. And the more money she makes, the more likely she'll divorce you. So what are you supposed to do? Just stay in the United States because I'm an older dude? I'm settled. I'm more economically stable than the younger man. I'm mentally more wiser than I was when I was a younger man, and the younger men that are out there. Why wouldn't older men go to other locations to be among cultures? I'll say this again. Younger men go for countries. I noticed this. We going to Cartagena. We going to party. We going to get these ladies to the... I've noticed older men go for culture. Older men go for the cultural dynamic of relationships in many of these countries. Looks like I'm frozen. Did I freeze? Okay. Older men I'm seeing are going for the cultural dynamic in these other countries. In other words, getting to know the ladies there, not just to have fun with the ladies. That part is cool. That I'll say this again, younger dudes and older dudes, the fun part of a country is cool, but I'm starting to see the blend between, or the gap between, younger men and older men. Older men go to the country. I'm going to Brazil for the ladies. We're gonna have a party. I'm going to Mardi Gras. Or I'm going to their festivals. And when I have New Year's Eve in Brazil, I'm going to have you going for the country. I notice older men go for the country, but also for the cultural dynamic of, maybe I can find a wife here while I'm here. Maybe I can buy some property while I'm here. Maybe I can, buy me a vehicle while I'm here. Or maybe I can, I see myself living here. You'll see a younger man going to DR 15 times. You see an older man doing it, but he's making a plan. He's making a plan. Younger dude, you did the same thing. Nothing wrong with that. But the older dude, he's plotting. He's making a plan of, I'm going to be living here soon. So let me do that. Shout out to all you guys with the super chats. Appreciate you, gentlemen. Let me go right here. Okay. We got our brother Evan in the building. Sponsor of the evening thus far. He says, great to be overseas where you can just be a man. He said, I pay all the bills, so it's my way or the highway. Brazil, Colombia, Costa Rica, respect the patriarchy a lot. Absolutely correct. The best women that I invite over to my place are between 18 to 25 years old. And that's what he's found. The cultural dynamics, gentlemen, are very important. Because in the United States, if you say you're dating someone 18 to 25, oh my God, I can't believe it. Even men will criticize. But when you go into other cultures, it's the norm and you ain't tripping on it. You could be Bill Belichick in Brazil, enjoying your best life. You can be Leonardo DiCaprio in Brazil, enjoying your best life. But in the States, they're going to talk about you so bad. Let's get back to the video. Hear what else she has to say. Shout out to all 72 here. Make sure you guys click the like button. We appreciate that.
I have a much younger Filipino wife and I moved to the Philippines in August, and us older guys love to spoil our girls. At 67, I found my true love. Good for you, sir. And for you out there who is watching this and still looking for that true love and somehow you can't find it from your own country or in your own country with the same nationality as you can always go to the Philippines. And in the Philippines, it doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you respect the woman. All Filipino women wants is to be respected. And some of these people from the Philippines who look for foreigners are most likely been through with a relationship with a Filipino man who, mistreat them. And I'm not saying that all Filipino men mistreat women, okay? A lot of people out there who are good to their family, to their wives and kids. However, there are some that somehow mistreated their partner. And sadly, they break up, and now the Filipino woman wants to move forward with life with someone that is different. So just like American, I'm gonna say American because we're in America, you know, they've been mistreated all their life with different wives. Luckily there's divorce, and now they want somebody that somehow are different and more traditional and still respect them no matter how old they are. So if you're someone out here that wanted to still find true love, try your luck in the Philippines. You might just get lucky. Good luck. Bye.
All right. Number 2 of the top 10 countries where older men always win. Brazil. It's part of their culture. It's part of their history. There is no taboo about it. And so when it comes to age gap relationships, you can always feel comfortable in the South American country of Brazil.
Brazil. It's an authentic Brazilian in every way. Oh, she's shy about speaking English, but she understands everything. Just say, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Brazil.
Welcome to Brazil.
Isso.
21. 21. While some of you dudes are still in the States dealing with headaches, this is what 21 in Brazil looks like.
In every way. Oh, she's shy about speaking English, but she understands everything. Just say, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Brazil.
Welcome to Brazil.
Isso, muito bem. Como você vai ficar tímida?
For the first part of the time when you're dating a girl, she is not exclusive. That happens, you know, weeks or a couple of months into dating, when you're actually telling the words out loud that you're ficante premium. That means that you're hooking up premium. That is the first level. You're not boyfriend and girlfriend by then. You're just exclusive. And the next one is being namorados. That's to actually be a couple. That's a big thing in Brazil, especially, you know, in the places where people date more. That title means something. And typically the girl wants to move through these stages faster, because this system is built by men wanting to have the options, right? But dating more intense, don't bring jealousy in the beginning, because it will be misinterpreted. If you haven't spoken out loud that you're exclusive, she will not imagine that you are exclusive, and she will think that she's allowed to be with others.
So do remember that when it comes to dating in Brazil, you are not exclusive until you both verbalize it. Don't assume it. We do that in the States a lot. We assume that because we've been together a couple of months, that this is my boo. She not messing with nobody else. I'm not messing with anybody else. And a lot of times we just don't say anything. Most of our relationships in the West start like that. It's just over time, we just continue to keep on dating. The next thing you know, we're in a relationship. We never said anything to make it official. Well, he's saying, and I've heard this several times, that in Brazil, if you don't tell her that you guys are exclusive, she's still going to be with somebody else. And you can't get mad about it. You can't be jealous about it, because she's thinking that you guys are still in the getting to know or dating phase. So open up your mouth if you're going to be in Brazil. Shout out to my brother, Sean D. Upshaw. He says this. He says, as men mature, they are more wrapped up in the experience rather than solely focusing on the BS of partying and sexing the entire trip. This is true. Now, if sex is a part of the experience, then hey, yes, sir. I know a lot of guys that come to different countries and they don't run around thinking that if I don't have sex, I must have did something wrong. Some guys just enjoy the travel part as well. Yes, sir. So let's continue on. Let's continue on.
Dating in Brazil. So first and foremost, this is my perspective. So in the United States, it's the man versus the man to get the woman. In Brazil, it seems like it's the woman versus the woman to get the man. So that statement in itself just flipped the whole dating game on its head. That one statement right there. The next thing, there is no guessing game here in Brazil. From the first 10 minutes you meet a girl, she will let you know verbally, physically, everything that she's into you. As opposed to the States, nobody wants to show their cards. Nobody wants to show their hand. Nobody wants to show too much interest. You'll be playing the guessing game all the way to like the third or fourth date in the States. Next thing, the affection here in Brazil is on 10. If you are chilling on the beach with a Brazilian woman, she's gonna be rubbing on your leg, rubbing the back of your neck, rubbing your beard, kissing on you every 30 seconds. Who the fuck don't want that shit? From a girl they find attractive? I've had women in the United States straight up tell me they're not into affection, that's not what they like, that's not what they do. I'm like, what the fuck? You see, I'm old school. I still like my women soft, sweet, and feminine.
Just like I mentioned before, and just like the woman in Philippines said, a lot of guys try to have relationships in the United States. And your beliefs, the young man just said, shout out to this brother that's speaking. He said, I'm traditional. I'm old school. Let's be honest. A man like him and many of you that think like him, there's nothing wrong with how you think. You just are in the wrong country among the wrong culture. I'll say this again. Some of you guys in the United States, dating does not work for you because you're a traditional dude. You want traditional scenarios, circumstances, and results, right? But the United States has passed the area, the stage of what we would consider traditional, right? Let's be honest. United States ain't where it's at when it comes to dating anymore. So what do? Do you just sit there and be like, oh, well, I can't find a traditional woman. I thought I had one, and I married her, but come to find out she wasn't. So now many of us are divorced. But now you get on a plane and you go to countries that have the same traditional cultural backgrounds that you've always had since you were young, when you were dating young. What am I saying? There is nothing wrong with you. I'm going to say this again. In the West, they will try to make you feel like it's something wrong. You're too nice. You too friendly. You're too understanding. You're too supportive. You're a simp. You need to be more masculine. Hit me. I need a man that could hit me. All of this madness, these, like he said, in the United States, people hold their cards close to their chest. Nobody wants to be open with their emotional expressions. When the truth of the matter is, that's not you. So are you supposed to sit back in a country full of women that are telling you, I don't hug like that, I don't kiss like that, pay me, cash app. Or are you supposed to say, let me get on a plane and let me explore other countries and cultures that gel with my own beliefs? And that's what many of us have done. We're not going to sit up there and wait in the United States arguing, fussing, cussing, and no. You got to be strong to deal with these American women. No, I don't. All I got to do is just get on a plane. Is that there are women in other countries that agree with me 100%. Why should I have to manhandle, control a woman to be what I need her to be and want her to be when there are cultures and countries of women that are willing to do it? Why are you dudes in the States still scratching the back of your neck wondering why it's not working out? You on your third marriage and you about to go through a divorce in about a year, and you can tell. Why are you still trying to make it work in a country that it doesn't work? Can y'all answer me that one? 60% of marriages end in the United States. I'm not talking about 30 percentile, 12 percentile. You got a 60% chance after you just finished spending $20,000 on a wedding, $5,000-6,000 on a honeymoon, if not $10,000, just to eventually get divorced. And 50% of those divorces happen after the age of 50 in the United States. So you got married at 33. Your black butt didn't even know that she was going to divorce you. You got a 50% chance of her leaving you after you hit 50. See, it would hurt if I married her at 33. She divorced me at 37. That's enough pain right there, right? But she married me at 33 and waited till the kids were grown. In other words, all the financial responsibility was taken care of in the household. You caught that? And then she miraculously divorced me after the kids were done with college. After the kids got out of high school. Wasn't no more school uniforms for me to buy. She ain't got to worry about that burden. No bassinets, none of that. She waited until the financial expenses for the most part were taken care of. And then she filed for divorce. And you live in that country. 50% of divorces happen after the age of 50. That's the country you live in. And you want to criticize us for going to the first two countries we're looking at. We looked at Philippines, and now we're looking at Brazil. Once again, a lot of men think just like this young man. He just was born and raised in the wrong country to look for traditional women. But y'all keep on looking. All you guys that's in the States, I'm determined to find it. You go keep on looking. You keep on looking while your grandmama's divorcing your granddaddies. You keep on looking. Y'all think we stupid? Go ahead. We don't know what we talking about? Okay, cool.
Y'all can have all the masculine women that want to act like your homeboy and shit. I'm cool.
You think that hookup culture is very big in Brazil?
It's tremendous. It's enormous. It's very big.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the term ficando? Ficando?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like friends with benefits. It's a huge thing. So basically, you might be seeing the same person for a year. You have so many ridiculous terms. We even have ficante fixo.
Okay.
Ficante fixo. Ficante fixo. Fixo is like ficante fixo is a friend who dates you. Complicated thing. Dates you, like you hook up a lot. You make out. You've been seeing each other for a year. You cannot kiss anybody else. You are not a couple. You're not a couple, right? You are seeing each other. You are kissing. You are going out places. You are getting to know each other, but you're not a couple. And you have been doing that for quite some time. And you cannot see other people, but you're not a couple. You are ficante fixo.
So it's like an exclusive situationship, kind of.
Yeah, it's a situationship.
Brazilians like, okay, after the dinner, which motel you wanna go, you know?
Oh, they will ask you for sex straight after the dinner.
Okay, in my house or your house, you know?
So, which one do you prefer, Brazilians or gringos?
Gringos, of course. They're prettier, they're more intelligent. Brazilian guys, they watch like more football, and that's it.
For the gringos that want to land a Brazilian girl, let me put you guys on some game, because apparently you need it. Number 1, stop approaching Brazilian women saying, "You're Brazilian?" Yes, I am. Why are you looking at me like I'm a Hershey box? It's not attractive. Objectifying your nationality is very unattractive. I've had gorgeous men do that to me, and it's so sad because all you have to do is be quiet.
True.
Number 2.
But before she goes any further, she said she had men that she was attracted to, and all they had to do was be quiet. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. She is 1,000% correct. If I could get you guys to shut up about one thing, do not talk about a woman's nationality to her as far as, well, I'm basically only with you because you're Colombian. Ooh, you Colombian. You said, oh, you. Women don't like that. Women that I've never, ever, of all the you guys, I've been with so many cultures like a lot of you men have. I have, one of the things that I've done, keep my mouth closed about a woman. Unless I'm trying to learn something about her culture, then I might open up my mouth. But as far as talking about like, oh girl, you Native American, I'm about to get some Native American sex. Don't say nothing. Don't say that. Don't ever say that to a woman. I'm telling you, if you want the coochie to dry up fast, talk about her nationality other than celebrating it. Talk about her nationality in a creepy way. Watch how fast that coochie dry up. I'm telling y'all dudes, I'm giving y'all some true game. Some of y'all need to learn to shut the hell up, bruh. I ain't never been with no Philippine. Don't say that. Man, Philippine women, they women don't want to hear that. Women want to feel special in the sense of you want her for her, not as a notch in your belt. Because soon as you say, ooh, all Philippine women, you fight. As soon as you say that, she thinks you only want to have sex with me, not to get to know me, for as a notch in your belt. I'm just another culture that you sleeping with. And that might be true. That might be true. But they don't want to hear it. They do not want to hear it. I'm telling you, do not talk. I've never done that. I've never told a German female I was smashing, oh my goodness, I'm getting me some German coochie tonight. What? I ain't never told an Italian chick that ever. I done been through many Italian women. Never told an Italian woman, not one Mexican chick, not one Colombiana, not one Venezuelan chick. Dude, never open your mouth unless you're trying to learn something about her culture. I'll end with this, and I say this all the time. I would have married Andrea no matter what her culture was. She just so happened to be Colombian. That's how most dudes do it when we serious. Ronan is with his girl in the Philippines, right? He would have been with her no matter what culture because they jailed like that, right? No matter what country she was in. She just so happens to be a Filipina. Always look at it from that perspective, guys. But if you think you can go down to Brazil and just be creepy, a lot of you dudes, man, just kid you not, man. Y'all doing it bass backwards. Shout out to my brother Will in the building. Had a great time with you and T-Mac and all the brothers, 0 milligram yesterday. All the guys, my man Tay, all the guys that were there for the Super Bowl. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the guys that were there. We had more. We didn't watch the game. We were spending time just chopping it up because the game was so boring. Salutations, Andre and chat family. Smash that like button. Cali was awesome, especially Super Bowl weekend, hanging out with all you guys. Guys, get your passports. Yes, sir. Yeah, that fetish thing, that's creepy, dude. Females don't want, even if it is a fetish, she don't need to know. Women don't need to know everything. Maybe you a guy that got a foot fetish. Women don't need to know that. Just enjoy your fetish, but keep your mouth shut. Some dudes are like, I only date white girls. Okay, cool. Keep your mouth shut. White girls don't need to hear that because they're gonna be looking at you creepy. Zeta says this. He said, I don't talk about her nationality unless she is right to learn the culture. Yeah, Dre's preaching. Don't do, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you guys do not want that coochie to dry up, do not do that creepy, oh my God, Colombiana, look at you. That's creepy. Oh, Colombia women so oh, that's creepy, dude. Act like you done had some coochie before. Can you do that? I'm serious. Women want men. For all you youngins, let Unc talk. Let the old head talk for a second. All you youngins, here we go. Women will always want men who at least act like they done had some coochie before. Even if you ain't never, let's say you from a city, they ain't got that many Latinas there. and you hop on a plane and you go to a country with some Latinas. Act like you've been with a Latina before, even if you ain't never been with one. Don't be talking about what I heard that Latina. They don't want to hear that. Oh my God, I can't believe I got this sexy Colombian. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. I kid you not. So at the end of the day, act like you got some sense, brothers. Act like you've been there before. Act like this is nothing, just a small thing for a giant. Just a small thing for a giant. Let's continue on with the video. Let's finish listening to what she has to say. Once again, it's the Brazilian young lady. She's speaking. I don't know what's going on with this.
2, stop saying, yo hablo poquito español. Wow, Connor, congratulations. What about geography? Did you go on that one too? Because if you had half a brain or had done some research, you'd know that my first language is not Spanish. Number 3, stop calling us mama, mamacita, mommy. Stop that. I'm not your mother. I didn't breastfeed you, okay? I will not be calling you papi. You're not my damn father. Thank God.
Number 3, my bad. Morocco. Morocco is the other country where men that are older men win. And I'm telling you what I mean by older men win. This is another sign of the older men win. Get back to that Morocco.
I will not be calling you papi. You're not my damn father. Thank God.
Okay. Morocco, number 3 of the 10 countries, the top 10 countries where older men win. Dudes, in these countries, you ain't got to just for men this, okay? I'll say this again. I'll give y'all some more tips. If you're an older man and you are dyeing your beard or mustache, stop that. These countries are already accustomed to the local older men with the silver and white hair. You ain't had nothing. I'm gonna say that all you just for men dudes. I used to be a just for men dude. You know, you dye it. Stop doing that. These countries have women that are already used to white-haired men, and they find that attractive. The salt and pepper look, they find that attractive. I've had women hit on me since I've grown the beard. Yeah. These countries are already accustomed to the salt and pepper and the white hair. So all you dyeing it, and then you looking like Anton Daniels by the beard, you know, when it started growing back and it's all salt and pepper right here. You can see that little trim of new growth, but then you got all this black and you can see that you've been dyeing it. They literally see that you dye. What's the use of dyeing your beard or your hair if in 3 days they gonna see the new growth anyway? Riddle me that one, Batman. You better do like Bob Barker, the old host of The Price is Right. Remember Bob Barker used to dye his hair for years, and then Bob said, F it, and came out with the white hair. He got a standing ovation. Because people were like, man, just be yourself, man. Just be you. But all you dudes that got the just for me in the bathroom, just for men, not the just for me, just for me. I'm talking about that. But the just for men, die, dude, throw that in the trash after this episode. I mean that. Younger women are very, very attracted to the salt and pepper look, to the white hair look. As long as you groom it right and you take care of it, man, you ain't gonna have no issues getting a woman. And for those of you who think that you will, the problem is because you've been programmed in the United States and Canada to think that there is something that a younger woman wouldn't want you. Yeah, that's because you're in the United States and Canada. I stopped doing it while I was in the States, and I was still smashing the youngies. 27, 24, 29, 31. At that time period, I'm 43, 47. I'm salt and pepper straight through. Ain't no more just for men. And them females did not care. So all you do that think that you need a diet, you're doing yourself a disservice, bruh. Yeah, you see, I never died mine. I'm with you on that one, brother. Evan says this. Shout out to Evan. He said, I will always choose foreign women over American women. Thus saith the Lord. He said, us tigers and my lion brothers will keep traveling. He said, I've seen simps go to Brazil and the girl friend zoned them. They doing it wrong. Yep. He said, I miss Brazil. He said, I will make Brazil my home in the future. Shout out to Brazil. And shout out to you, brother, with the $20 love. We appreciate that. Yeah, guys. He said, I never used that before. Don't. Yep. Dye your hair and beard. You might as well put on a wig on your head and then fake the mustache. Yeah, we can't talk about women with the weave and the eyelashes and the cake up makeup if we sit up there dyeing our hair. What? I kid you not. Like I said, I used to do it. I thought it was going to slow me down from getting coochie. It didn't. Once I stopped using Just for Men, it didn't slow down. No, nothing. I didn't. Not one female stopped giving me the coochie. Because I had silver. Because I had the silver in my hair. When I had hair. It was probably last year this time, a 21-year-old hit up on me in a bar. I said, I'm sorry, little mama, I'm good. I said, I'm married. She said, I know how to play my position. I said, whoa. I said, I just want to dance. Can we do a dance? That's all I'm dealing with is a dance. I'm not going through all them headaches. Sean says this. He said, women love my little gray beard. Yes, sir. Then once I order that old fashioned, he said, a light cigar. Yes, sir. Then I know that she's going to give me some. Absolutely. Absolutely, gentlemen. Women love mature looking men. It just is what it is. Enjoy your youth, young guys, but do realize women do also enjoy mature looking men. Shout out to all 70 of you guys in here. Morocco is number 3.
What do you think about age difference in a relationship?
I don't mind. For me, age doesn't matter as long as you look attractive to me.
Okay. So
sometimes they still look young even though, you know, their age is old, but they still look fine.
Okay.
You know?
What is your max limit? You're 21 now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a max limit?
No, I never think about that, actually.
Okay, so can you date like a 50 years old guy?
If he still look good.
Okay, so you don't care.
Will she date a 50-year-old man? A lot of women are saying, if you are taking care of yourself, you still looking good. You see how her eyes lit up? We're going to bring that back. You see how her eyes lit up when he said a 50-year-old man? She had no problem with it. No problem with it.
You look attractive to me.
Okay. So
sometimes they still look young even though, you know, their age is old, but they still look fine.
Okay. What is your max limit? You're 21 now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a max limit?
No, I never think about that, actually.
Okay, so can you date like a 50 years old guy?
If he still look good.
Okay, so you don't care.
If he still look good and so like have a nice personality, attractiveness, good hygienes.
How old was your ex?
How old?
Yeah.
He's quite old. He's like 40.
40?
Yeah, 42, yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay. And you cannot date younger. It must be, you cannot date like younger guy. It must be.
It's okay for me too. Like, I don't really mind about age. Like, you can be my friend, younger, older. Yeah, I don't mind. I've dated with like a younger guy too.
If both are more than 20 years old, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay. For example, if you are single, can you date like 35?
Maybe a bit too much for me.
Too much. Okay.
Yes.
So what for you is the limit?
Maybe not more than 5 years.
Okay.
This is what I think for now.
Okay. So now you can date only
5 years older.
26 max.
Okay, 76.
Okay, and if the guy is 30, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
It's a different generation now.
Yeah, I know. If you are single, can you date like younger or no?
If he's 20, it's okay.
20 is okay, just 1 year.
Yes.
So for you, how important is communication in relationship?
I think it's maybe the most important thing.
Babe, I'm 51 years old and you're 25. Is that why you call me daddy? Why you call me daddy?
I call babe.
I think I got these mixed up as far as the Morocco ones. I think Morocco's coming down.
Oh.
Would you say women in Thailand or Asia outside of the US are more open-minded?
Yeah, I want to, wait a minute. Did I do something wrong? That number 3 was supposed to be Morocco, but I'm looking at the Thailand videos. I must have put the wrong title. Yeah, that's Morocco right there. So that's what I did. So it's Thailand. I guess it's going to be a Morocco-Thailand blend of 3 and 4. So we already saw those.
US?
You know, you do tend to see when you travel in Thailand, you do tend to see an older individual man with a younger woman. You know, and I've thought about it. Why, if you're...
Look at this girl. Hold on. You see my girl? Okay, good.
Nothing wrong with being with the younger ladies in Thailand. Or
hey, Thai girls. Hey, Thai girls at 10s, straight 10s. Hey, the 10 Thai ones though, the 10 Thai ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? It hit different for sure. I love my Thai woman. Yeah, I like it here. I love it here. I love it here.
All right, number 4. Somehow I got Morocco and Thailand mixed up, but number 4 is India. Shout out to my brother Traveling being in the building. Says this. He said, keep up the good work. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And my man Ishmael says this with the $5 love. He says, Africa and Nefertiti in G-string is calling me. He said, can we make a video to prove we actually go to Africa for marriage because sisterhood lying, because sisterhood lying. Yeah, sister be lying. And that's a good idea. I think we actually did one, but we can do another one in regards to that. But there are countries that are on this list that are from Africa, the continent of Africa. Yes, sir. Shout out to all you guys that are showing up. Appreciate you guys being here.
Indian community now, and I say this with love, where you guys have forgotten the age gap. A lot of my Indian clients and students are dating in the wrong age gap. I've seen this with some Pakistani clients too. I'm like, what is happening? We've never dated and married men our same age. It is still pretty frowned upon in Pakistan to date in your same age. Like, it's changing now, but it's not considered good because we already know that the woman's like emotionally and like physically and in a lot of ways older than the guy if they're the same age. So get someone settled already. Get an older man. Someone who can't believe he even has you because he's older than you. You're the prettier one, the younger one. If you're dating men your same age, you're just gonna have to work with a lot less. You're just gonna have to work harder. Like, don't do that to yourself. I've been recently getting some pushback from my Indian clients about the age gap thing, and I'm like, what happened to our culture? Most of you guys know, right, my non-Indian Pakistani students, that Pakistan used to belong to India. We used to be one country, and so Pakistani culture is more of a hybrid between Middle Eastern culture and Indian culture. We're kind of in the middle, and so Indian culture is a little bit more modern than Pakistani culture, and then Middle Eastern culture is a little bit more traditional. So we're kind of like the happy middle in the middle. And everything that is messed up in the dating world in the United States and Western culture is now showing up in India. And my concern is now it's going to go from India to Pakistan to the Middle East, because that's how this tends to run, because India is way ahead in westernization than Pakistan is. And I'm like, girls.
Now, some of you guys might be wondering, wait a minute, if we're talking about India or Indian women, why is Andre showing a picture of Nicki Minaj? Most guys don't know that Nicki Minaj, we know Nicki Minaj's mom is from Trinidad. And that's what she always talked about, her island background. But her dad is black and Indian from Eastern India. So she is part Trinidadian and part Indian, Nicki Minaj. And of course, black as well. So for those that don't know.
What are we doing? The polarity stuff, the masculine, feminine, it originated in India. What are we doing? What's happening? Please don't do that. Yeah, date older. You should not. If you're dating older, he's already going to be settled. You shouldn't have to build with him.
What makes Indian women faces so attractive? Welcome to Beauty Across Borders, episode 3, and today we're going to be looking at India. Indian women generally have impressive eye areas with naturally thick, long lashes framed by bold eyebrows. These very dark features often contrast against their skin tone, which varies widely across the subcontinent. This contrast does create the illusion of light makeup, even when they're not wearing any. And though Indian women generally exhibit a diversity of brown eye colors, other shades, like grey or green, have been seen to occur with some regularity. These shades can be seen in particularly Bollywood actresses such as Aishwarya Rai, who in the past the media have called the most beautiful women in the world at the height of her stardom. Indian women typically have warm undertones, which is part of why gold jewelry usually suits them well. Traditional Indian jewelry can include nose piercings, which accent their straight, often slightly aquiline noses. Other distinctive facial features include large eyes, full lips, and soft facial structures, which contribute to a youthful, feminized appearance. These features, as well as others that we've mentioned, are well advertised by Sini Shetty, who represented India at Miss World in 2023. They're also visible in the works of Dougal and colleagues, who analyzed 150 Indian faces and made a composite of the 20 most attractive women in the set. Let us know in the comments which country you'd like us to look at next, and if you want to learn more about facial aesthetics, then follow us.
All right. Number 5 is Mexico. Mexico is already a part of the culture where older men win. So if you don't want to travel far, all you got to do is just travel to the south.
So I'm gonna give you a little rundown of my life. My mom was 19, my dad was 42. Boom.
Damn. God damn, your dad was a demon, bro. Damn. For sure.
Anyways, I hope to follow in his footsteps one day, you feel me? Nah, just kidding. I'm fucking kidding. Nah, I don't know why that's so normalized in Mexico or like third world countries, Hispanic countries. Yeah, just third world countries in general, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I know my grandma got pregnant at 14.
How old is your grandpa?
I don't know. He was much older. I'm assuming he was like, I don't know, 17, 18, 20, 21.
¿Cuál es la edad más grande que saldrías con un chavo? ¿Tú tienes 19?
Ajá. Los 33 años.
33. ¿Y cómo llegaste a ese número?
No sé, simplemente dije, bueno,
son como 14 más de tu edad, ¿no? ¿Son 14?
Sí, son como 14.
¿Y por qué te meterías con un chavo tan grande? Hay muchas muchachas o señoras que dicen que no es buena idea.
No, pues yo digo que una buena idea es porque pues ya tienen más experiencia en muchas cosas, que por ejemplo los de nuestra edad es como que piensan muy tonto todavía.
So she's saying guys her age are silly and immature. And older men, I'm paraphrasing, are more stable. And my brother Player Mix says this, shout out to you in the building with the $10 love. He said, every woman I met in Brazil told me that they love the gray in my beard. He said, I don't care about the age gap as long as the woman works out and is in great shape. He said, I won't go younger than 28. There we go. There you go, all you age gap gentlemen. Shout out to my man James being in the building as well. He says, in my opinion, he says there are different levels of mature, distinguished gentlemen. Say any man, regardless of age, is either on point or not. Program is together. In other words, your body, your mind, and your spirit. Absolutely correct. Let's continue on.
Que mientras no afecte a nadie, o sea, no está mal. O sea, mientras le haga bien a la chica o igual también le haga bien al muchacho, pues todo bien.
¿Cuántos tatuajes tienes? 3. Me platicaste que te los quieres quitar, borrar los 3. Platícame sobre eso, por qué y no sé, un mensaje a los que quieren ganar tatuajes.
O sea, yo digo que hay que pensarle más. O sea, yo sí me las hice pensando, pero creo que conforme voy creciendo, pues sí, o sea, como la estética y todo eso. Es más que nada esa parte de la estética.
Oh, entonces ya no te gustan cómo se ven, cómo salieron.
Because you are white. What are you?
I'm literally Mexican.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I don't think we ever really got over that language barrier.
No, it's not your fault.
What the fuck? You speak English?
Of course I do.
You've spoke English the whole time I've been here.
I speak English since I was 5 years old.
5 years old?
And I have 84 now.
Woo!
Number 6, someone asked, are there anyone in Russia? I mean, in Europe? And yes, Russia is number 6. In the Russian culture, age gap relationships are the norm, not the abnormal. It's not rare to see age gap relationships. It's always been a part of their culture. Each one of these countries that we're looking at, it's been a part of their cultures. Like I said, we're looking at the top 10. That doesn't mean that these are the only ones. For example, Egypt didn't make the list, but it's in the top 11. Egypt is number 11, would have been number 11 on the list. Also, let me take a quick look at the list in the countries. So Egypt would have been on that list. Argentina was number 12. And number 13 was, let's see. Number 13. I think that's as far as I went. All right. It was 12. So we got number 6, and this is Russia.
Why do so many Russian women prefer older men? First, they're not scared of commitment. Russian women are not scared of commitment either. So if you start talking to a Russian woman about marriage, she will not run away. Second reason, maturity. Many of these women were grown up in a family where mothers were doing everything alone, raising kids, running the household, surviving. So they want someone steady, someone who has been through life, not someone who is still figuring it out. Number 3, values. Russian women often hold traditional values like loyalty, family, emotional safety. Many older men naturally bring those things. So for Russian women, it's much more attractive than abs or youth. So if you are 50 plus and wondering if you are still in the game, the answer is yes for Russian women.
It was normal to me growing up to see that age gap, and my parents have been together for over 40 years now. When you know the stories like this, it doesn't sound strange to me how two people with an age gap like this. I think society's so quick to jump in, like, how could these two people that are so much older and younger be together? But you have to listen to how this could come together. And I imagine he's provided a lot of security and comfort in your life.
Yeah, a lot of just, being grounded. And I felt that. And I just felt like when I met him, and, I often say it wasn't like love at first sight. It was a different kind of deeper feeling. And that is more important than anything for someone who comes from my, experience, from my childhood.
You model what your kids are going to be looking for later. Some good, some bad. I think sometimes kids will seek out the chaotic behaviors of their parents because it's comfortable. And sometimes, the ideal is that they seek out the good. So we talk about that all the time. Like, we just came up together. We were on a trip and we said, we never want to fight in front of the kids. We have to have a word. And if we made an agreement, like if we say that word in the middle of it, it's like, that stops. You don't do anything in front of the kids. Not that you want to shield them from it. Like, they got to see some conflict and see us resolve. but they don't need to see every conflict.
Absolutely.
They don't need to see me strangling.
I have a second microphone for you. Cheers. I'm Russian and he's American, and I'm gonna say things that are absolutely inappropriate for Russians in the relationship, and you will say it is appropriate for you or not. Number one is intimacy on a first date. It is appropriate or not?
Inappropriate.
Number two, we're sitting in a car, we arrived somewhere, and you don't open a door for me. I'll just keep sitting there. But do you think I should like just get out and walk, or it is inappropriate to don't open a door for a woman?
No, the man should always treat her woman like a lady and open doors for her.
Okay. It is absolutely inappropriate for me, and it is a betrayal if a man, like, if you talk to any other woman that are not for work. Like, my man should not have female friends. It is inappropriate to have female friends for Russians in relationship.
That's a tricky one because I think you have to trust your partner, and
so it is appropriate.
Well, you have to realize that.
You say appropriate or inappropriate?
Him with a belt, you know, we can save that for later.
That's a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
Why men love Russian women so much? I'm sorry, but let's address elephant in the room, okay? First of all, Russian women are trying to be put together all the time. Nails, hair, lashes, brows. We do it no matter what. We're gonna starve and have no food, but our nails gonna be done. Number two is the way you carry yourself. Russian girls are going to acting classes since they're kids. Music school, acting school, choreography school is a must for a girl. We're learning how to carry ourselves on the stage speaking, public speaking classes. All kids do that in Russia. So when you're among other people, immediately you straighten your back, your shoulders are down, your chin is up, light smile on your face, and your movements are slow. Most Russian girls, they will not do these little things like trying here. Show people that you are a valuable person. You're not afraid, that you're not shy, that you have high self-esteem. Together with being put together, it is already completely different picture. And the last one, if Russian woman makes it abroad, it means she withstanded an immigration process. It means that she's not gonna settle for less. She doesn't care. She doesn't need a man who is not willing to do things for her. And if a man doesn't meet standards, she's not gonna pick this man. So she's not gonna change herself for the man, and she doesn't care if she loses somebody. You first, everybody else after. Let me know what you think in comments, guys.
All right. Now we're about to head down to Africa, to the country of Nigeria. Nigeria is another country where older men win. Age gap relationships in Nigeria are very, very common. It is not uncommon to be with a woman, one of the beautiful women in Nigeria, and you're an older gentleman.
One thing that I gave up trying to understand in an African household, right? Like I would never truly comprehend was the age gap between our parents. Brother, for years that stuff has confused me. Like when my parents finally told me like their age years ago, right? And then I started doing subtraction.
My man, World of Sean, shout out to Sean being in the building. He says this. You guys know I paused it for a reason. He says this. No, sir. Nigerian women are getting very Americanized. Ghana, South African women too. I can agree with this. I think the mistake that a lot of us men are making is this. Y'all ready? For many of us, we're starting to become too lazy to vet. We think that there's a country out there where we have to do very little to no vetting. That country doesn't exist. Whether these countries are Americanized or not, and I believe that they are becoming like many countries are, we still got to vet. Even the countries in the East, you still got to vet. Number 4 was Thailand. I made a mistake and put Morocco, by the way. That's when you guys start seeing all the Thai women. You weren't like, wait a minute, that's not Morocco. That was number 4 was Thailand. My bad. And so no matter where we go, gentlemen, you're going to have to come to the reality. And I know some of y'all want to live the lazy life where I can just go there and it just be 10,000 women waiting for me in that particular city, that every one of them just jail with my game plan. That's not true. You're still going to have to vet. And like I said, I agree with Sean. But the only reason I stopped, just to give us some insight, guys, I know many of us want to do the lazy route. I just want to throw some money on the table and have me a perfect woman. It doesn't work like that. I don't care how much money you've got in your pocket. It does not work like that. We're still going to have to vet, gentlemen. And for those that don't, yeah, I can understand why you're saying not Nigerian women. And I haven't dated a Nigerian woman in a while, so no, I've never dated Nigerian. I've dated South African, so I have no 2 cents in this game.
I was like, hold on. Is this normal? Like, cause like usually they'd be like, oh, 1, 2, 3 years apart, maybe 4. My parents were 6 years apart. The subtraction was just not subtracted. Like, I was confused. Is this normal? But then you start talking to like a bunch of other African individuals and their parents, bro, 10 years apart. Some people 12. I'm like, hey, chai. But it's like that stuff was normal back in their days. Like a 30-year-old, like looking at a 20-year-old that's still in college. It's like, what is a 20-year-old being sought after from a 30-year-old person? But that stuff is normal. Now, no shade. I don't care. I promise you I do not care.
That poor man.
But it's just something that like really got me thinking like, wow, like that stuff was the usual back then. But I guess like there's some American people that like somebody 70-year-old is marrying somebody that's 40, so I get it.
Unless it is extremely urgent, do not marry a younger man.
She said, unless it's extremely urgent, do not marry a younger man. We're talking about also, and this is a fact, 30% of all children in Nigeria have found out that's not the father. I'll say this again, 30% of all children in Nigeria that are born, that's not the father. That's crazy. It's like that in the States too, but that has to do with child support. Here's the other kicker. We looked at this list a while back. Nigerian women rank number 1 in the world for cheating. Number 1 country in the world for women that cheat. Yeah. That Nigeria.
Unless maybe you want to use him to gain a political appointment, or you want to use him to gain visa, or you want to use him to, maybe your family has threatened you that if you don't get married this year, they will disown you. Do not marry a younger man. Do you know what that means? See, first of all, men are like babies. Then you now want to adopt a baby. You want to adopt a day-old baby that will stress the hell out of you. Is that what you want? First of all, you end up, in 5 years' time, you end up looking like that guy's mother. Because women age faster, actually. While men, they look finer when they grow older. But women, as we grow older, we depreciate in beauty. So you now want to carry a younger man that people will be, when you are passing on the road. People say age is just a number. It doesn't matter in love. It's a lie, yo. Age is not just a number. Even the Western people, the abroad people that you guys want to be copying, they also know what they are facing in dating younger guys. Age is a very huge determinant factor in the success of your relationship. Okay, wait, maybe I didn't even tell you this from the beginning. No matter the strategies I teach you, it might not work. If your guy or if your boyfriend is a younger guy, it won't work. Because yes, biologically, women are more emotionally intelligent than men. So imagine you having to teach that man all the emotional intelligence for him to act right for you. Is a lot of work. And your man is supposed to be your man, not your child. But the moment he's younger than you, it will take him a longer time for him to know how to treat you better. So please, no matter what, no matter what, don't marry a younger man, please. In fact, it is safer when the man is like 10 years older than you. That is when you get the best feeling of relationship. It is true that some men are mature, but they are babies, like they behave like children. It is true, but those kind of men are very rare. Age has a way of teaching you things. Life has a way of teaching you things and no school will teach you. And those things come with age. So my dear, if you want a very healthy relationship that you'll be happy and he'll provide for you without asking you, what are you bringing to the table? Date an older guy. Date an older guy. I know the men will come for me that I'm advising girls to go for married men. Whatever. I don't care. That's not the essence of my message. All I'm saying is that if you're ever gonna date a man that is older than you. At least 5 to 6 to 7 years older.
What makes Nigerians' women's faces so attractive? Welcome to Beauty Across Borders, episode 8. And our country for today is Nigeria. You might have noticed a common strong point in Nigerian women are their eye areas. This is because Nigerian women generally have long, dark lashes, bold brows, and according to Adekunle's three-dimensional stereophotogrammetry study, slightly wide-set eyes compared to many other populations. This is a particular feature that Naran and colleagues found to be associated with attractiveness in women. These traits are evident in Nigerian model Agbani Darego, famed for being the first black African woman to win Miss World, and also in the world-class Nigerian sprinter Favour Afili. And while it's often noted anecdotally that Nigerian women are particularly fashionable and also well-manicured, our team analyzed the 93 country beautification dataset provided by Cowell and colleagues to check this, and we found that Nigerian women do in fact spend more time on their looks than most women in most countries, clocking the 4th most time on beauty out of the 93 nations. Notably, 2 of the 3 countries ranked above Nigeria had very small sample sizes, making their estimates even less reliable, so the actual value could be much higher for Nigerian women also. So the conclusion comes to that Nigerian women are often perceived as particularly beautiful due to their combination of attractive natural features and also their diligent investment into their appearances. Let us know which country we should look at next, and if you want us to analyze your face, click the link in bio at Cooves.com.
All right, number 8. We're up to number 8 right now, and that is Colombia. Colombia is very well known for, as many of you can tell who are living here and who have been here, that age gap does not matter here in this country at all. At all.
I don't know what it is about girls in Colombia, but they love old men. Men here, they pull. Like men here, they pull more women than I've ever pulled in my life. Like the most young, beautiful women. I don't know what it is about girls in this country. They just love daddies. Like now I understand why they call you papacito. Because they want a papacito. Generally want like an older papacito. And if they don't get it, you're not getting called papacito. I've never been called papacito in all my life. Never. They don't give me that dialogue. You know what I'm saying? But damn, bro. Y'all gotta come to Colombia. You can get whatever you want here. You just need to have money, good looks, a higher age, maybe speak English, American passport. I don't know. You just need to get here. Once you're here, you can have whatever you want. All right, we're out. Calling it a night. I'm not old enough to be going out tonight. I'll come back in 10 years.
She says, what do you have in common with a 30-year-old? Seriously. Does she meet your criteria for a relationship? This much I can tell you. She likes documentaries. I like documentaries. She speaks 3 languages. I like to watch her speak 3 languages. She likes the same music as I do. We both like horses. I mean, we have numerous things in common. But age doesn't determine that. It doesn't matter whether someone is 25, 45, or 65. You either have things in common or you don't. I don't think age has really anything to do with that. And as a matter of fact, one of the main things that I notice in women that are younger, it's just a matter of energy. It's just a matter of wanting to go and do things, be out and about. It's just a different level of energy. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. But age has nothing to do with what you have in common. Nothing.
I thought you were gonna say something, but yeah. But guys, we always get asked and how we met and how old we are and like how many kids does he have, how many kids do I have. So we met at work. We both used to work at Home Depot. Home Depot is a toxic place to work at, but we met there and we no longer work there. I own my small business. I own a boutique and he works at retail still, but not at Home Depot. I am 25 years old. He is 47. We met when I was 20 and he was 41. I was turning 21, like literally what? I think we met whenever I was still 20, guys. So like probably like same before it cut me off. Yeah, so we met whenever I was still 20 and I was still going to college.
You're 20, baby?
Yes, I was 20, baby.
No, baby girl.
And he has in total, he has six kids. 2 que son las girls y 4 que son de his peers relationship. And yeah guys, that's basically it. But I think we're just gonna do another video on deep like how we actually started talking and stuff like that. But we always get asked these questions, so I decided to make a quick video for y'all. And whoever's new here, go ahead and click that follow button. We want to reach the 300k. We've been on 200 and what? 200 and what?
38, 240.
240, 238. Keeps going down and up, like up and down. So share this with your friends or whatever, and help us reach 300k, guys. But this is bye.
Age gaps between. Before we go any further, let's hear what our brother T Mac has to say, as well as Dave. T Mac says this. He says age gap doesn't matter as long as the people are legal. See, my girl is 29 years younger. He say, and her family is happy that she is with me. Same thing with Andrea and I. Her family, you would think that, you know, if it was in the States, it would be, no, don't do it. But here in Colombia, it's par for the course. Andrea's dad and I are 2 peas in a pod. Same thing with her mom, same thing with her brother and the rest of the family on both sides. If Andre doesn't, let's say if there's an event, a family event, because you know Colombians throw a party for everything. If Andre doesn't show up, you better believe everybody's going to be asking, where is Andre? Where is Andre? What is Andre doing? If Andrea is tired and she wants to leave the party, everybody's looking at me like, so are you staying? You don't need her. You can stay here with us, hanging out. So a lot of times the family doesn't even, you can send Andrea home. She tired, let her go. You can hang out with us for the rest of the night. And so it's often, very often like that. Dave says this. He says it's a known fact that Latinas keep you young. That is so true. He say, and prolong life expectancy, Dre. Am I right? You are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. Every one of you guys that are dating these younger ladies, and I would even beg to say around the world that you're dating good younger women. I kid you not, man. They keep you feeling youthful. Keep you feeling youthful. So true. My man Black Nubian says this. He said, I was told I was still young by a Colombiana. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And T-Mac says this with the $9.99 love. Appreciate you, T-Mac. He says, some of these brothers are asking for the intro of my young mother, my mother-in-law. No names will be mentioned. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And shout out to my man Ben Dixon in the building. He say, fact, same here. He say, if my girl is there, he say, I'm not to ask where he is. Yeah. I mean, where is he? They're gonna ask. Hey, where is Ben? Well, tell Ben we said hi. Yep. Absolutely correct. Let's continue on. We're on number 8, Colombia.
Between two people don't exist. At least not for me. I don't care how old you are. I'm more of an energy gap type of person and how well we vibe, but I see a lot of people dating same age and their wavelength is completely off, and it's why
he preaching. He said, I'm more of an energy gap, not an age gap. Does our energy match? Does the energy that we have match each other? That's the point.
At least not for me. I don't care how old you are. I'm more of an energy gap type of person and how well we vibe, but I see a lot of people dating same age and their wavelength is completely off, and it's why they don't end up working out.
Tell me something that Colombian women do that other women can learn from.
Okay, so Colombian, we're always very presentable wherever we go, so we always make sure that our hair is...
Well, if she's not built like she from Cali, I swear, that is Cali all day long. That is Cali all day long. Shout out to Cali, Colombia, and the Cali curves.
Clean, that our hair is done even if we go into the grocery store, so I think that's like a difference. Oh, we're always retouching our makeup, or you get like always like lip tint, always making sure that we actually put together all the time.
What can other women learn from that?
You know how they say Colombians are most beautiful girls in the world? I just think we just care a lot the way we look and the way we present ourselves. So my advice is just, even if you've been married for 50 years, you wake up and...
All right, number 9, Greece. So we're going back to Europe.
So with dating in Greece, these are a couple of the top responses I've gotten after telling someone that I have a boyfriend. So I'll start with the first one because I've gotten this a couple of times. Guys come up, ask me to go out or date or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I have a boyfriend. And his response back to me was, oh, that's not a problem for me, sir. So the next thing is, this guy approaches me and he's like, oh, like, you know, I would love to take you out on vacation. And I'm like, oh, so sorry, I have a boyfriend. And his response back to me was, oh, you going on vacation with me won't make you love your boyfriend any less. So the next one, I was at a bar. The bartender asked me if I would like to go to dinner with him. And I said, oh, no, thank you. I have a boyfriend. And his response back with, oh, that's okay. You can tell me all about your boyfriend over our dinner. And then another one is someone approached me. I'm like, oh, I have a boyfriend. And his response back was, oh, you telling me that you have a boyfriend and about your boyfriend shows me that you're loyal, and thinking that you're loyal makes me want you even more. So yeah. I have a few more, but these are definitely some of my...
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50.
First question, did you consider the age gap before dating?
Rachel, do you feel like you need to play catch up to Adam's maturity or success?
And how do you guys deal with clubbing and the party stage?
How did your family react to the age gap?
What challenges have you faced with each other because of this age gap?
By what age do you want to have kids?
You want to bamba? You want to G with the big boys?
Hi, my name's Jessica and I watch TikTok so you don't have to. This week there was this horrible age gap trend going on. I don't mind an age gap relationship. My husband is like 13 years older than me, but I met him when I was 30. The first red flag is in the caption. You were the best babysitter ever. First of all, 19? That man looks 30 years old. Who let a 19-year-old man babysit a 4-year-old girl? I'm sorry. Call me sexist. Anyways, now she's mad that we're appalled. Can't believe I have to make this video. It saddens my heart that Gen Z is brainwashed into thinking age gaps are bad. PSA, they aren't. We are together, happy and safe, and nothing happened during the time he was my babysitter. He waited until I turned 18. And nothing happened anytime before that. Stop trying to make my family husband look bad. Sometimes people look bad because they're bad.
And number 10 for us this evening is Indonesia. So we've been back and forth across the world, and we have no Western countries that made the list. Canada did not make the list. Norway didn't make the list. United States did not make the list. Didn't make the list. T-Mac says, age gaps aren't bad, but weight gaps. That's a good one. Weight gaps can be bad. That's true. We need to do an episode on weight gaps. Let me write that down. Weight gaps. That's a good one. For you dudes that like the big girls, your woman bigger than you, y'all looking like the number 10 when you're walking down the street. Yeah. United Plantation of America. Yeah. Didn't make the list.
Listen, anything above 18 is technically legal, but it is weird.
Hold on. See, this is the limitations with arguing legality, because the legal age in Indonesia is not 18.
Is it not?
It's not 18.
What is it?
19.
Oh shit!
You know what's South Korea?
What is it?
17.
Oh shit!
I have a formula for that actually.
19.
Oh god! Oh god! I have a formula to calculate exactly the youngest age of a person you can date before it gets too weird.
Okay, go on.
And it's your age.
Yeah.
Divided by 2 plus 7.
My age divided by 2 plus 7.
So let's say you were 28 right now.
Yeah.
28
14.
divided by 2 is 14. 14 plus 7?
21.
21.
Right.
So 21 is the youngest age you can date. Lower than that, even though it's legal or whatever, it's weird.
But why 7?
I know, I just found it somewhere.
In this little portion here is just symbolic of what most of us older men are looking for. I won't say all, because some older men enjoy their single life, and having 15 ladies, a week is perfect for you. And I don't deny that part. Have your fun. But most of us, we're just looking for peace. We're just looking for somebody that can be in our life, whether it be that one person or maybe a couple people that we can have in our life and have peace. Most guys in age gap relationships aren't looking to flex. We're not sitting around like, yeah, look what I got. Yeah, I'm a player. Yeah, black. No. That probably lasts maybe about a good month, if we ever even thought about doing that. We just want the peace part. We just want a stability. We just want somebody on our side that we can enjoy them and they can enjoy us. And that's it. So if you think that, there's a catch to it, it's not. Shout out to Poor Man 313 in the building.
Landita, age does not matter. Experience matters. A lot of you flirty butterflies have been asking me in the comment section,
He is just too cute.
Ate Danny, do you think age matters? Paano kapag 20 years kami apart, 15 years kami apart? Is that...
Yeah. This is Indonesia. Don't sleep on Indonesia, gentlemen.
still okay? Honestly, if you put yourself out there and you actually date around, which I am doing, I realized na age doesn't matter. Experience matters more. Why? Because the maturity of a person grows through experience. Like, I know some people who are younger than me, guys who are younger than me, that think more maturely than me kasi mas marami silang napagdaanan sa buhay nila. Like, age does not define your maturity. Your age does not equate to how emotionally intelligent or smart or mature you are. Kasi I also know people who are, let's say, in their 30s na parang they don't know how to navigate life. They don't know how to socially interact with other people kasi hindi naman sila nag-start to put themselves out there at a young age. Tsaka yung iba parang very spoiled by their families, spoiled by their parents. So, hindi nila alam kung paano mamuhay in the real world. Na parang everything was spoon-fed to them. So, maturity-wise, wala pa sila doon. And now, I have a ton of girl na friends who have boyfriends that are younger than them. So, hindi dapat maging basihan yung age to gauge if the person is dateable or not. Kaya, sinasabi ko sa inyo, you should date out there. You should actually try to get to know this person and not just look at the number, at the age, and use that as a determinant kung tutuloy kang makipag-date with this person or not. Kilalanin mo muna kasi sayang yung chance. Binakausap ako before, he's younger than me, 5 years younger than me. Tapos hindi naman siya technically date. It just so happened na we're not super friends, but pares kami free nung time na yun. So we went out for coffee. Tapos nagugulat ako kasi parang this boy says a lot of like insightful things, like words of wisdom and stuff. Alam mo yun, na parang sabi ko, what? Paano mo natutunan yung mga ganyan? Like, saan mo natutunan yung mga ganyang life lessons? Sabi niya, no, kasi bata pa lang ako, like, I was forced to get jobs na, I was forced to help my family, kaya wala, ang dami ko na rin natutunan about life. Alam mo yung tipong college pa kami nun alam mo yung tipong college pa kami, ang dami niya nang natutunan about saving money and like interacting with people, building relationships as in like friendship, networking, yung mga ganon, circle of people of influence, na-build niya na yon at that young age. So, age does not matter. Okay? Emotional intelligence, maturity matters, and maturity doesn't depend on the age. Age does not matter, period. Okay, learn your responsibility. Mwah!
What makes Indonesians' women's faces so attractive? Welcome to Beauty Across Borders, episode 7, and our country for today is Indonesia. Indonesian women generally have clear, medium to dark brown skin, almond-shaped eyes, and straight dark hair. In Hasibuan et al.'s sample of young, attractive Indonesian adults, the ratio of upper vermilion height to lower vermilion height was about 0.67 to 1, or about 1 to 1.5. Interestingly, this happens to be considered the ideal upper lip to lower lip ratio for beauty, according to many of the scholars. Indonesia is home to at least 1,331 distinct ethnicities, most of which make up less than 1% of the country's large population. The two most common ethnic backgrounds by far are the Javanese and the Sundanese, which contribute most to the stereotypical Indonesian facial appearance. Rexodiputros et al. Quantitative study found that Javanese women generally have noses less than 40 millimeters long. Meanwhile, Candramila et al.'s geometric morphometric analysis of Sundanese women found that they tend to have flat, upright foreheads from a profile view. Both of these traits, of smaller noses and flatter foreheads, are associated with facial neoteny, which is generally quite attractive in research and contributes to what is colloquially called a cuter aesthetic. So let us know in the comments which country you'd like us to take a look at next, and if you want to learn more about facial aesthetics, then follow us.
How do you think our age difference has actually helped our relationship?
Like you said, had you met 34-year-old me, we would not be going out anymore.
No.
I needed to get to a place. Like you said, you're mature, many lifetimes beyond your age.
Thanks.
And I was not very mature, and we were both just having fun and didn't know where it would take us or anything like that. But through our love and trial and error and where it is, I wound up getting sober to show you my commitment to our love, and to also be a better father, a better business person. But I was a fucking red hot mess when I was 34 years old, and I worked 12 hours a day, and I worked,
Couples with a 7, 10, even 15-year age gap are actually some of the happiest people I know. Do you want to know why? Because when you're with the right person, the number doesn't matter. Age does not matter. For example, my husband and I are 17 years apart. Yeah, people talk. They love to judge, but here's the thing. We don't care, not even a little bit, because when we're together, we don't feel an age gap. We just feel us. And honestly, I keep him young and he keeps me very well entertained and taken care of. That's the kind of balance that does not show up on any freaking calendar. So what's the secret? It's not about years. It's about your energy, the connection you guys have. Living in a way where other people's opinions don't pay your bills, don't raise your kids, or define your happiness. We live by one rule. We are going to do what we are going to do, regardless of what people think. So the next time someone judges a relationship by a number or an age.
All right. So we're going to end it right there. And as she just said, there are benefits to age gap relationships, and Andrea and I can attest to that. And many of you guys can attest to some of the best relationships that you ever had in your life was with a woman that you vetted, and it was an age gap. Remember, guys, no matter what age or stage of life that a woman is in, you still, if you're looking for quality, now, if you're looking to be out there partying, that's one thing. But if you are looking for quality, you still have to vet her. If you don't do that, no matter what age, you're going to make some mistakes. So shout out to all you guys that's been here for this particular live stream. And I'm actually going to be posting this, including the list, on the Patreon tonight. So this will be going on Patreon. And let me drop the link for Patreon for those that want to support the channel. Let me drop that link real quick. But the importance of age gap relationships, it is like they just said. She said that you do things for him, he does things for you, as far as being there for each other. And it does open up doors of understanding and appreciation that sometimes we just don't get with a person that's even our own age. And so for all the guys that are considering age gap relationships, I say go for it, man. You already tried the ladies your own age, and hey, it may not have worked out. And so why not try women that are younger, not only for the physical, sexual exploits, because that's the easy part. I'm saying this again. Thanks for supporting the channel by way of Patreon. We appreciate that, gentlemen. And I'll be dropping this video in Patreon. But seriously, guys, if you only are with younger women for the sexual exploits and the physical, how can I put it? Passenger princess, the flex, so look at me, look what I got. Okay, cool. That's going to die out fast. I kid you not. Just the ability that you can flex younger women, that's cool. Pat you on the back and keep it pushing. But for those that are in age gap relationships and you are happy, you already know you wouldn't trade it for the world. You wouldn't trade that relationship for the world. And that's why we don't care about who criticizes us. Our brother Sean says this. He says, my dating age is between 27 to 38, which is not a bad gap at all. At all. Yes, sir. And speaking of age gap, let me know what you guys' age gap number is. Sean just showed us with us. Mine was, of course, the 20s. Mine was 23 to 33. That was what mine was. If no matter what country I went to, I was looking for somebody that was between the age of 23 to 33. I might push it up to 35. Nah, I'm lying. 33. 33. Couldn't go no higher than that. 35, I might as well be dating somebody 40, right? 35, I might as well be dating somebody in their 40s. So my man, big brother in life in the building, he says this. He said 25 to 35, which is not bad. Not bad. YouTubing doesn't happen. He said we are taught. He said we're taught to try different restaurants to find the food that we like, but not countries for the women. That's a great point. That's backwards to me. Absolutely correct. Let me know what you guys' age gaps will be. He said the older I get, the upper the number comes down. That's true. My brother says this. Black Nubian says 24 to 30. That's not bad at all. 24 to 32. He said mine is 25 to 35. Shout to Ben. C says this. He said 23 to 45. He said mine is 23 to 45. He said I still date women in my age range, but if I'm going to build a family, which is true, 23 to 35. And that's how I look at it too. My brother Amos says this. He say 27 to 34, which is not bad at all either. And Philip says this. He says 29 to 35. After 35, you might not have a slim chance, ladies. Slim chance. My man Jay Casey in the building says this. He says 23 to 36. Stretch it out to 36. Just give him a little bit more love. Yes, sir. I'm not mad at you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You're absolutely correct. YouTube says 25 to 35. Yes, sir. Will says this. Will says, about 35 to 45. See, Will like I'm older. That ain't no age gap. Well, you know what? If you're in your late 40s and your 50s and the woman is 35, that would be an age gap. And let's say you are 55 and the woman, or even let's say you're 51 and the woman is 45. I guess that's a nice little age gap too. So I can agree with that. You say older women are party poopers. For me, yeah, I can say that. He said I'm 58, so I can see the 35. I can see the 45 as well. Yes, sir, because that gives you an age gap of at least, even if she's 45, that gives you an age gap of at least 13 years. At least 13. He said 24 to 30. He said Latinas, Asians, European only. He said, I have my reasons. Yes, sir. All right, gentlemen, I'm about to let you go. Let's get ready to do a outro. He say facts. He said, I'm in my 40s now. He say, the women here in the 30s is younger women to me now. He say, weird to say, but it's true. Yes, sir. Let's get ready to head on up out of here, gentlemen. Head on up out of here. Let's go right here for a video. How about we start with this one?